Hi everyone. We're here to introduce our project Metaform to all of you. So this is the start of our presentation. Let's start with the project introduction. Metaform is an online platform designed to simplify your data collection needs. Our aim is to provide businesses with a powerful tool to create forms, collect data, and seamlessly link that data to your back-end data storage. Let's discuss some of the problems we found with our competitors. So when we check out the other companies like Microsoft Forms, Google Survey, and Typeform, we notice that they have some potential problems. Those platforms often have limited API integration, which can hinder seamless data flow between systems. Also, platforms like Google Survey change a lot and aren't very steady. This can mess up how you collect your data. UI/UX mismatch is another problem. The user interface and user experience may not align with user-specific needs, and this can affect user engagement. Also, if you're based in China, you may not be able to use some of those platforms because they're blocked. And some of our competitors can be pretty expensive, such as Typeform. So actually, they're less cost effective for businesses. Metaform is here to fix those problems and give you a bunch of good things. First, it has a steady technology connection. We provide a stable API, ensuring consistent data integration compared to Google Survey's frequent changes, so that your data can flow smoothly. Second, Metaform doesn't cost you a lot. You don't need to spend a lot of money with us. We're a cheaper option compared to platforms like Typeform, and you can still get a top quality services. Number three, Metaform is easy to connect. Our platform is super good at connecting to other websites, so everything looks and works smoothly. Here are some of the key features you may use in Metaform. You're able to create different kinds of questions with Metaform, including single choice, multiple choices, yes or no questions, and drop-down menu. Additional features like short answer questions, paragraphs, checkbox, datetime picker, and file upload functions are also included in Metaform. We also have stable open API. Metaform can easily connect to other systems, which means you can use it with your own website. It also works on all devices. You can use Metaform on your phone, tablet, or computer. It's super flexible. You can also use Metaform to create mandatory or optional questions. And we use MUI in Metaform to make it looks good and easy to understand. With integration and data management function, it allows you to send files and manage your data easily, especially when it's connected to the stuff on the backend. So we will start working on those basic features in phase one and think about adding some more fancy features in the future. Now, let me introduce our group members to you. So we have 7 developers in our group, and I'm the BA. Our tutor is Billy. Everyone in our team has a super important role in making Metaform happen. Next, let's welcome Dylan to talk about our project plan.
Okay. Now I will introduce our project timeline and some milestones. In the first week, we will have more discussion on the business requirements, which would help us create user stories and a backlog. After that, the actual backend development will begin from the 12th of October. The backend framework would be initialized with necessary packages installed, and the backend skeleton would be established by the 22nd of October. In the second stage of backend development, we start implementing the RESTful API endpoints to handle different HTTP requests. The RESTful API server will also be able to connect to the database, store and organize the application data for efficient retrieval and manipulation. The API endpoints implementation is expected to finish before 5th of November. The front-end development would start after all the back-end parts have been completed. On the 19th of November, the front end should be completed. After both front end and back end have been implemented, we will use a couple of days to integrate all the features to produce the minimum viable product with necessary integration test and user acceptance test. As a result, by the 22nd of November, we should have a working platform which provides all the high priority features. After that, we will keep adding new components for advanced functionalities such as membership in subscription and file uploading. In the final week, we would have another integration test and bug fixing to make sure it is ready for deployment into the cloud before the 10th of December. That's it for the timeline part.
Then the waterflow of Metaform shown below. As the user access our website, they need to sign in or sign up first. After that, they can select the template from our template library and customize the survey. They can choose single choice questions, multiple questions, or short answer questions, and so on. And then after they finish, they will pay for the survey, and they can share the link of the survey, or they also can do the survey themselves. And after someone finish the survey, they can also view the result as a form which stores inside the database. Then Benny will introduce the data structure.
Thank you, Bruce, for that insightful section on workflow. Hello, everyone. My name is Ben, and now I will be walking you through the data model of our new project. Let's start with the user schema. Each user in our system has an ID, username, first and last name, email, password hash as standard fields, an optional membership type indicating what membership the user has, an array of forms ID they have created. There's also a refresh token for secure token-based authentication. We have optionally included reference to current subscription and payment history to track this user's payment and subscription seamlessly. The schema enables us to manage user accounts and their activities efficiently. Next, we have the form schema. Each form consists of a title and a description, the user ID to link it back to its creator. More importantly, the array of question IDs allows the form to connect with question entities and timestamp for tracking, creation, and update. The form schema is central to our application, acting as the bridge between user and their interactions. Moving on, our question schema includes the text and type of the question, such as single choice and multiple choice, etc. An array of options if it is a choice-based question, a Boolean indicating if answering the question is mandatory, and optional fields like file storage location and datetime configuration provides extra configurability. Also the timestamp again for tracking purpose. This schema allows us to support various question types and their corresponding options. Next, the response schema captures user answers, the form ID to which the response belongs, an optional user ID if the respondent is a registered user. Each response is an array of answer objects that store both the question ID and the user response. This is essential for collecting and linking user response back to the specific forms and questions. Now let's talk about the payment schema. It records every transaction, including the user ID, transaction ID, amount, currency, and status. The subscription schema allows us to offer multiple subscription packages competing with names, description, features, price, currency, and durations. This design allows us to scale and adapt our offering over time. In summary, the data model we have designed offers a comprehensive and scalable foundation for user-friendly application that meets our needs. And now I will hand over to Toby, who will walk you through the next exciting part of our project. Toby, the stage is yours. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Ben. And I'm Toby. I'm going to introduce our tech stacks and DevOps dev tools. You can easily just say, I just make a list like everyone can see what kind of we are going to use. And we will utilize Figma for the UI UX design if we don't have the UI UX designer. And after that, we will use React to build the front-end interface. For example, creating the forms, setting questions and options, login page, registration page, and forget password page, and so on. And we're gonna manage page navigation using the React Router DOM to ensure smooth translation between different sections of survey. We also use the Material UI to render from the components, providing ready-made UI components that align the design specifically. And we're also gonna set up the backend server using the Node.js and Express.js to handle the requests from the front end. And as for the data storage and management, we're gonna employ the MongoDB as the database to store survey information, including the questions, options, and submitted responses. Meantime, we also use the NodeMailer to send the registration verify email to verify the user email address for the authorization. And we also use the Jest to have a unit test at the end of the project, all throughout the whole project. And I think it's easy to understand what kind of tech stocks we're going to use. And I think that's all for the presentation. Thank you, everyone.